Hello students, I am Mrs. Reema Shah Vora from Deccan Education Society, Brihan Maharashtra College of Commerce, Pune. We are doing mathematical logic, which is the first chapter from Maths Part 1 in Commerce. We have till now seen statement patterns, logical equivalence, and negation of compound statements. So now we will move on to the further part of the chapter. Negation of biconditional or double implication. Negation of P if and only if Q is equivalent to P and negation Q, or Q and negation P. So as you can see in the truth table, first column is P, Q, then negation P, negation Q, P if and only if Q, negation of P if and only if Q, P and negation Q, Q and negation P, and lastly P and negation Q if or Q and negation P. So students, you can observe in column number 6 false, true, true, false, and column number 9 false, true, true, false. So in this way, the negation of biconditional is obtained. Also, we can know that P if and only if Q implies P implies Q and Q implies P. So it is, if we take the negation on both the sides, it gives you, open the brackets, one of P implies Q and will become or, negation of Q implies P. Then negation of implication. We know that P implies Q is P and negation Q, or will remain as it is. Q and negation P will be the negation of Q implies P. So by both the methods we have proved the negation. For example, let P, the sky is cloudy, Q, it will be raining. So P if and only if Q is, the sky is cloudy if and only if it will be raining. So the negation will be P and negation Q or Q and negation P. So we will write the sky is cloudy and it will not be raining, or it will be raining and the sky is not cloudy. In this way we can obtain the negation of biconditional. Let us see some examples. The kitchen is neat and tidy. So P is the kitchen is neat, Q the kitchen is tidy. So the given statement is P and Q. So the negation will be P or Q. Therefore the kitchen is neat or it is not tidy. So because negation of conjunction is negation of P or negation Q. Next example, 5 is a prime number or 10 is a composite number. Here P is 5 is prime number, Q is 10 is a composite number. So negation of disjunction is both negations and conjunction will come. So 5 is not a prime number and 10 is not a composite number. If more trees are planted, then we get greenery around us. This is a implication statement. Your P statement is more trees are planted. Q statement is we get greenery around us. So the given statement is P implies Q. The negation is more trees are planted, but we do not get greenery around us. Why? Because the negation of P implies Q is P and negation Q. So we just write P and then negation of Q. Here you can write and we do not get, but we write but instead of and because it makes more sense grammatically. Using the rules of negation, write the negations of the following statement patterns. P implies R and Q. So the negation will be, negation of P implies, just write negation outside and put a bracket and then open the brackets one by one, then you will never go wrong. So negation of P implies R and will become or, and then negation Q. So now this will be as it is, and negation of P implies R will be P and negation R. Negation of P or Q implies R. So again put a negation outside the bracket. So we get negation of negation P or Q implies R. So this will be, now what is negation of implication? The statement and negation of the second statement. So negation of P or Q and negation R. Since there is negation over here, that's why the negation will come. And now open the next bracket. So we get negation of P and negation of Q and negation R as it is. So this is done. Next statement is P if and only if Q, or Q, negation of Q implies negation R. Negation of it will be, put a negation outside the entire bracket. So we get negation of P implies Q or will become and, negation of Q implies negation R. So now we will open the bracket one by one, and here we have written negation of disjunction because it is, disjunction has become conjunction. So P and negation Q or Q and negation P, because the negation of biconditional, and then this is Q, negation of Q and R is the negation of implication. So the reasons are negation of biconditional and implication both. Now let us see converse, inverse and contrapositive. Students, we have seen what do you mean by implication. P implies Q is a implication statement. So If P and Q are any two simple statements, and if P implies Q is the implication, then the converse of P implies Q is Q implies P. The inverse is negation P implies negation Q, and contrapositive is negation Q implies negation P. In this way, we can get all the converse, inverse and contrapositive. Write the converse, inverse and contrapositive of the following statements. If it rains, then the match will be cancelled. Here P statement is it rains, Q statement is match will be cancelled. So the symbolic form of the given statement is P implies Q. Now if we want the converse of it, converse is Q implies P, so it will be if the match will be cancelled, then it rains. If Q statement, then P statement. Next is inverse, negation P implies negation Q. So the statement will be if it does not rain, then the match will not be cancelled. Okay, and contrapositive will be negation Q implies negation P. So here it will be negation of Q and then we'll write P. So if the match will not be cancelled, then it does not rain. One more example, if I do not work hard, then I do not prosper. Here the P statement is I do not work hard, Q statement is I do not prosper. Therefore the symbolic form of the given statement is P implies Q. Here the converse is Q implies P. So the statement will be if I do not prosper, then I do not work hard. Inverse is negation P implies negation Q. Here students observe that the already given statements are in negation. So it will become positive now. So the inverse will be if I work hard, then I prosper. And contrapositive will be negation Q implies negation P. So it will be if I prosper, then I work hard. Converse Q implies P, inverse is negation P implies negation Q, and contrapositive is negation Q implies negation P. All the three you remember properly because sometimes all three are asked or any two might be asked and you have to mention what it is and then give the verbal statement. Now we move on to the next topic, which is quantifiers and quantified statements. An open sentence can become true or false statement if we replace the variable by a particular value from the given set. For example, consider an open sentence x plus 7 equal to 10. Here if x is 3, then the statement is a true statement. But if x is not 3, then the statement is a false statement. It is an open sentence, but if we put the value of x, then it becomes true or false. In this way, we can get the quantified statement. There are two types of quantifiers. One is universal quantifier. The quantifier for all or for every is called as universal quantifier, and it is denoted by ulta a. For all, it is said as. Okay. For example, for every x belonging to R, x square is non-negative. The above statement can be written as for all x belonging to R, x square is greater equals 0. As you can see, this is a true statement for all x belonging to R. Therefore, for all x, x square is greater equals 0. Existential quantifier, the quantifier for some or for one or there exists, is called as existential quantifier and it is denoted by this. It is ulta e, the mirror image of e. For example, there exists x belonging to n such that x plus 5 equal to 9. For x equal to 4, the statement is true. Therefore, we can write it as there exists x belonging to n such that x plus 5 is equal to 9. Quantified statement. An open sentence with a quantifier becomes a statement and is called as a quantified statement. So whenever you write universal like there exists, whatever is written, together it becomes a quantified statement. Let us see some examples. Use quantifiers to convert each of the following open sentences defined on n into a true statement. X square equal to 25. Now here x square equal to 25 is not true for all n. Make a note that we are discussing on the set of natural numbers. Okay. So here it is true for only 5. So the solution is there exists x belonging to n such that x square equal to 25 because 5 exists. So you cannot write for all, only there exists. Next, n square is greater equal 1. So for it is true for all n because natural numbers start with the with number 1, okay, and it is greater equal is given. So therefore, I can write it as for all x belonging to n such that n square equal to 1 is a true statement. X minus 3 equal to 11. Does there exist any natural number for which this expression is satisfied? Yes. 14 is there. So there exists x belonging to n such that x minus 3 equal to 11 is a true statement. X square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. There exists x belonging to n such that x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0 is a true statement. When we simplify this, we are going to get the value of x, and therefore there exists will come, and we cannot write it as for all. So in this way, now you all know where to write universal and where to write existential quantifier. Next example, if a equal to 3, 4, 6, 8, determine the truth value of each of the following statements. Here, there exists x belonging to a such that x plus 2 equal to 6. Now we are talking only for this set. Okay, so let us put 3 over here. 3 plus 2 equal to 6. No, not true. 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Yes. 6 plus 2 equal to 8. So again that doesn't satisfy. 8 plus 2 also doesn't satisfy. But there exists at least one number which is 4. So it is a true statement. So we write it. Since x equal to 4 belongs to a, satisfies the equation x plus 2 equal to 6. Therefore it is a true statement. For all x belonging to a such that x plus 6 is greater than 12. Here, now let us see one by one. 3, no. 3 plus 6 is not greater than 12. 4 plus 6 is also not greater. 6 plus 6 is also not greater than 12 is equal to 12. 8 plus 6 is greater than 12. So only one number. So if it was there exists over here, then it was a true statement. Since x equal to 3, x equal to 4, x equal to 6 belonging to a do not satisfy x plus 6 greater than 12, hence the given statement is false and its truth value is f. There exists x belonging to a such that x is odd. The set was a equal to 3, 4, 6 set. Okay, so here x equal to 3 belongs to a, satisfies the given condition. 4, 6 and 8 are even numbers. Therefore, the given statement is true and its truth value is t. For all x belonging to a such that x minus 5 belongs to 9. Again, we are going to put each and every value. So we will see for 3 minus 5 is minus 2, which does not belong to n. So for all is wrong. Since x equal to 3, also x equal to 4 do not satisfy the given statement. Therefore, the given statement is false and its truth value is f. Negation of quantified statements. The negation of a quantified statement is obtained by replacing the word all by some or some by all, and for every by there exists, and there exists by for every. In short, students, universal will be replaced by existential and existential will be replaced by universal. Write negation of each of the following statements. All natural numbers are integers. So here the negation will be some natural numbers are not integers. Second example, some equilateral triangles are isosceles. So the negation will be all equilateral triangles are not isosceles. For all n belonging to natural numbers, n plus 1 is less than 0. So the negation will be there exists n belonging to n such that n plus 1 is greater equal 0. Whenever the mathematical statements come, so you make sure that if it is less than, you put the other two signs, greater than or equal to. There exists x belonging to r, x square is greater than x. Here greater than is there, so in the negation less than equal to will come. And there exists will become for all. So negation is for all x belonging to r, x square is less equal x. Now students, we move on to the next topic, which is duality. Two compound statements S1 and S2 are said to be duals of each other if one can be obtained from the other by replacing and by or by and, C by T and T by C, where T denotes tautology and C denotes contradiction. So students, here just remember the conjunction is replaced by disjunction, disjunction by conjunction, tautology by contradiction, contradiction by tautology, and also true by false and false by true. Here remember that small c and small t stand for contradiction and tautology, whereas capital T and capital F stand for true or false. So note that dual of the statement is unique. The symbol negation does not change while finding dual. So negation, we are not going to do anything to it. It doesn't become positive. Okay. Dual of the dual is the original statement itself. The connectives or and the special statements T and C are duals of each other. T changes to F and F changes to T. Let us see some examples. Write the dual of each of the following. P and Q or R. So the dual of the given statement is P or Q and R. And is replaced by or is replaced by and. Negation of P and Q is equivalent to P or Q and negation P. So the dual of the given statement will be negation of P or Q is equivalent to P and Q or negation P. Negation we have kept it as it is, conjunction becomes disjunction, and we just obtain the given statement. Okay, T or P and Q. So here the dual will be false and P or Q. Let us see some more examples. Write the dual statement of each of the following compound statements. Ram or Shyam went to Kerala. Now, in the previous slide, we just saw the symbolic form. Now we are going to see the verbal statement. So how will the dual be? 13 is a prime number and India is a democratic country. So think about the duals till I tell you the answers. And the third statement is Ravi cannot speak German or Avinash cannot speak Hindi. So here the duals are Ram or Shyam. So or will be and. Ram and Shyam went to Kerala. Second example will be 13 is a prime number and will be replaced by or. India is a democratic country. And lastly, here or is there, so it will become and. So Ravi cannot speak German and Avinash cannot speak Hindi. Here also observe that cannot word we have not replaced it by can. So the negation remains as it is, only the conjunction becomes disjunction or vice versa. Now we move on to the next topic, which is algebra of statements. Some standard laws are listed below which can be proved by using truth table. Idempotent laws, P or P is equivalent to P, P and P is equivalent to P. Whenever we are writing in the statement, just remember if the same statement is there with conjunction or disjunction, the statement, we get the original statement itself. Next is commutative laws. So P or Q is equivalent to Q or P. P and Q is equivalent to Q and P. Like we know in the associative law, for example, if we have A plus B equal to B plus A, or you can remember that 2 plus 5 is same as 5 plus 2. So in this conjunction and disjunction is also same. P or Q is equivalent to Q or P. P and Q is equivalent to Q and P. Associative laws, P or Q or R. Here there are three statements. So we have P or Q or R, which is equivalent to P or Q or R. Same thing for disjunction, P and Q and R is equivalent to P and Q and R. So P and Q and R. For conjunction and disjunction, it is the same. Here only one conjunction or disjunction, only one connective is there throughout. Next, see distributive laws. P or Q and R is equivalent to P or Q and P or R. Next is P and Q or R is equivalent to P and Q or P and R. Here observe that both connectives are there. So or and in the bracket there is and. So when you open the bracket, it becomes P or Q and P or R. And P or Q and R will become P and Q or P and R. In associative, remember that there is only one connective throughout, whereas in distributive, both the connectives are involved. De Morgan's laws. Negation of P or Q is equivalent to negation of P and negation Q. Negation of P and Q is equivalent to negation of P or negation Q. Now this, if you all remember, these are nothing but negation of conjunction and disjunction. Complement laws. P or negation P is T. P and negation P is C. So P or with the negation of the same statement, we get tautology. But with disjunction, we get a contradiction. Involution laws, law of double negation. Negation of negation P is P. Negation of T is C, that is negation of tautology is contradiction. And lastly, negation of contradiction is tautology. By using all these laws, we can get the truth values of the statement patterns. P or C is P. Identity laws now. P and C is C. P or T is T. P and T is P. So using your own logic, students, you can try to remember for what it is P or C is P. So when disjunction is there with contradiction, you get the statement itself. With conjunction and contradiction, you get the contradiction. Okay, P or T, that is conjunction, disjunction with the true tautology becomes tautology. And with conjunction, it becomes the statement itself. Conditional laws. P implies Q is equivalent to Q implies P. Now this is nothing but contrapositive. So they are equivalent, which is equivalent to negation of P or Q. So P implies Q is what? Negation of P or Q. P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P, because applicable to both the statements. That's why P implies Q and Q implies P. Now P implies Q is what? Negation of P or Q. So we are going to substitute that. Negation of P or Q and remains as it is. And similarly, this will be negation of Q or P. Hence, P if and only if Q is what? Negation of P or Q and negation of Q or P. Let us see the note. In case of three simple statements P, Q, R, we note the following. P and Q and R is true if and only if P, Q, R or all are true. P and Q or R is false if at least any one is false. Like in the truth table of conjunction, when and statement, if any one is true, both are true, then only it is true. If any one is false, then it is false. So same thing happens in the case of three statements. If or is there for disjunction, if P or Q or R is false, if and only if all are false. Otherwise, if at least one is true, it is true. Same like what we have seen in the disjunction table. So like same thing, whether they are two statements or three statements, the logic is same. Let us see some examples. Without using truth table, show that P and Q or negation P is equivalent to P and Q. So here we can either consider LHS or RHS and then solve. Here we are obviously going to consider the LHS, P and Q or negation P. So open the brackets, we get P and Q or P and negation P. Why? Because using the distributive law. What is the distributive law? P and Q or R. So it becomes P and Q or P and negation P. Now this becomes P and Q. P and negation P is C by using complement law. Okay. If any statement with C, what do we get? P and Q by using identity law. In this way, we have obtained the RHS. So therefore, P and Q or negation P is equivalent to P and Q. Next example, P if and only if Q is equivalent to P and Q or negation P and negation Q. So let us consider the LHS, P if and only if Q. So this can be opened as P implies Q and Q implies P. Now P implies Q is negation of P or Q. So now as you can see, we need to open up this bracket and so we use the distributive law. Negation of P, consider this, and negation of Q or P. If the entire statement is there in the bracket, you will do it this way. Or will come Q and negation Q or P. Okay, and then we will open up these brackets. So negation of P and Q or P negation of P and P, or comes down as it is Q and negation Q or Q and P. This is by again distributive law. Now negation of P and P is C. So we will write that, and Q and negation Q is also C. So negation of P and negation Q or C, and in another bracket we get C or Q and P. Now C with any other statement is the same statement itself with disjunction. So we get negation of P and Q or Q and P. Okay. Now observe that both the statements have come, but we need to use the commutative law. So negation of P and negation Q or P and Q. Your commutative law is used for this part also, and then again for this part. So we get P and Q or negation P and negation Q. For both we are using commutative law, and therefore we have obtained the RHS. So therefore P implies if and only if Q is equivalent to P and Q or negation P and negation Q. Next example, P and Q or P and negation Q or negation P and negation Q is equivalent to P or negation Q. Now LHS over here is P and Q or P and negation Q or negation P and negation Q. So by distributive law, observe here students, now this negation P is there and Q or negation Q. So by distributive law we get P and Q or negation P. Okay, or negation P and negation Q. Just look for the common parts. If it is getting into distribution, then write it this way. P and T, Q or negation Q will become T by using complement law, or negation P and negation Q comes down as it is. Now P and tautology is what? P, the statement itself by identity law. So P or the statement remains as it is. Now again we will open up the brackets. By distributive law, what do we get? P or negation P and P or negation Q. So P or negation P is again T and P or negation Q. T with any statement gives you the statement itself by identity law. So P or negation Q, this is your RHS, and hence the statement is proved that P and Q or P and negation Q or negation P and negation Q is equivalent to P or negation Q. Just remember the laws properly and do it, and it is not at all difficult. Just do one by one step. These are some of the examples which you can try at home. Write the converse, inverse and contrapositive of the following statements. If he studies, then he will go to college. Your students, the P statement is he studies, Q statement is he will go to college. And you can easily write the converse, inverse and contrapositive. If R is a rational number, then R is a real number. Your P statement is R is a rational number, Q statement is R is a real number. If 2 plus 5 equal to 10, then 4 plus 10 equal to 20. P statement is 2 plus 5 equal to 10 and Q statement is 4 plus 10 equal to 20. Converse is Q implies P, inverse is negation P implies negation Q, and contrapositive is negation Q implies negation P. You can try these examples at home. Use quantifiers to convert each of the following open sentences defined on N into a true statement. So students, take down these statements and you can do it. X plus 5 equal to 7, x square greater than 0, x plus 3 less than 7. Here you can see that there exists will come or for all will come, and then write the quantifiers. Here if b equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, determine the truth value of each of the following. There exists x belonging to b such that x plus 3 equal to 10. So you can see whether it is true or false and then identify it. Now, there exists x belonging to b such that x plus 2 less than 5. For all x belonging to b such that x plus 2 less than 9. For all x belonging to b such that x plus 6 greater equal 9. For all these, you can either see it as true or false. Just put the values of x and then identify. So in this way, students, today we have seen what do you mean by quantifiers and quantified statements, duality, algebra of statements, and also we have seen converse, inverse and contrapositive. You can go through the solved examples of your textbook and also start solving the exercise problems. Thank you.